and you're watching The Longevity Insider with Dr. Murphy. That's me. I'm Dr. Murphy. You're with me. And holy cow, all the doctors are on. Wow, this is amazing. I want to thank all of you for getting on right now. Dr. DePaulo, one of the best out there, is on with us today. Dr. Stickler, too. Man, this is great. So, we're approaching Thanksgiving. And so, I don't want you to go without giving thanks. So today I'm going to tell you that gratitude is not magic, but it may just help you live longer. And so we're going to review a couple of things today. And we're going to talk first off, I think, about the Nurses' Health Study, which was a huge study that looked at 49,000 older female nurses. The mean age of these nurses was 79. And one of the things they did was they completed this gratitude questionnaire. And they completed this at baseline and then followed it for 4 years. By following it for 4 years, they were able to determine. So there were really good things about this study. But one of the things that they were able to determine is they were able to adjust for depression, optimism, social support, lots of other comorbidities, other diseases, and lifestyle factors. And what they found is the women in the highest tertile of gratitude, just gratitude, had a 15% lower cardiovascular mortality. Now, if you're writing a medication, you flash that all over Times Square. You tell the world that you drop cardiovascular mortality by 15%. How? Well, you take this magic journal. What? Yeah, you can write a journal, and at least in this study among older nurses, those who felt more grateful had 15% less cardiovascular mortality. They also had 9% less likelihood of dying over 4 years. We reduced mortality, less likely to die over 4 years with simple gratitude. And so I can't really say gratitude with this study for sure will cause a long life for you, but that's the Nurses' Health Study. Now, there are lots of other randomized controlled trials out there that take a look at gratitude. You know, Chakowski looked at 119 young women, had them do a 2-week gratitude intervention versus active controls. What did they find? Better sleep, lower diastolic blood pressure versus controls. So it's important to understand that even your mind can control your blood pressure, and gratitude is one of the most important things we have. Hello to John Dickey and Tony and Faith and Tom King. Thank you guys for coming on board with the Longevity Insider with Dr. Murphy. Next up, I want to talk a little bit about the Emmons and McCullough journaling trials. So these trials were of college students, and they asked them for several weeks to list their hassles, list neutral events, and list things they were grateful for. And the grateful group, the group expressing gratitude, had less physical complaints. They actually performed more exercise than controls. Now, the results were reproducible. And what you need to understand is probably a few lines of gratitude a week moved mood and then moved your body. And the exercise itself, we all know, is better for all of us. Next, I want to talk about gratitude and inflammatory markers. So looking at things like some cytokines and CRP, what they found is if you kept a gratitude journal for 8 weeks or more, guess what? Versus usual care, you had a better HRV. You had lower inflammatory markers if you wrote something in a journal, right? This is my gratitude journal. And I want to share this with you guys so that you understand and can get a good beat. All you got to do, you just open it up and you write. You just write. I know it's upside down. So if you just write in a journal daily, simple stuff that you are grateful for, with the Mills and Redwine group in the stage B heart failure study, you lowered your CRP. You lowered inflammatory biomarkers. You lowered risk for hospitalization, and you improved vagal tone. Better mood, better sleep, less fatigue, lower inflammatory markers by simply journaling. It could save your life. And in 2022, there's another community study that found that dispositional gratitude, people who would just generally say, I'm thankful for the things that I have, they had lower triglycerides. They had better, lower LDL, and they had better HDL, even adjusting for diet and lifestyle demographics. This is not, I'm not telling you that you're going to live a longer life. Hey, Nan. Hey, Dr. Sorrell. Hey, Dr. Cosgrove. It's great to see you guys. I'm talking about gratitude. I'm talking about gratitude with the Nurses' Health Study. I'm talking about gratitude with heart disease. And boy, if there's ever more data than you could imagine for saying thank you, having gratitude in your life, it's if you have heart disease. If you have heart disease, you need to have a full heart, not a heart full of heart failure blood, but a heart full of gratitude. Gratitude lowers CRP. Gratitude lowers vascular tone, improves vagal tone, improves HRV, and can lower your risk for hospitalization if you have heart failure. So, how do you do it? How could gratitude truly affect our stress axis and our autonomic balance? Well, one of the big things here is rumination. And I don't know if you know, but I have ADHD. And as a kid, I had a lot of ruminative thoughts. I didn't use medication for my ADHD, but these ruminations, these setups for perseveration over things that aren't under your control or in a negative attitude for yourself, they strip away our ability to have a good HRV. They really are detrimental. And so what we want is a higher vagal tone, meditation, humming, and gratitude has been shown now to improve vagal tone. And what does that do? Better cardiovascular outcomes, better glycemic control. And in the heart failure studies, lower systemic inflammation. Inflammaging. Dr. Shake, what's up, man? Oh, look, I can't get over this. I'm so happy that all of you guys are on today. And I'm so happy I have a little time at home here to be able to go through why gratitude can improve your health span and your lifespan. Lastly, let's think about the sleep multiplier here. Better sleep. And in fact, they have several trials that show that gratitude equals better sleep. Better sleep equals lower diastolic BP with the young collegian women. In the heart failure study, more gratitude, better sleep, less fatigue. And in 2025, this year, there was a study that showed gratitude. Huh, I'm grateful for you, Dr. Cosgrove, that's for sure. Gratitude in this 2025 study showed it was associated with fewer sleep disturbances. What does that mean? You slept better, you slept longer, you entered the appropriate phases of sleep. And guess what? Sleep is one of the most important levers for lymphatic clearance, for hormone regulation, for immune system, and reducing inflammation. So I'm going to leave you with this message today. As we head towards the Thanksgiving week, it's coming up. You've got more than enough time here to give at least a week's worth of gratitude. Dr. Cosgrove said, I'm grateful for this message upon waking up. And I'm grateful for all of you guys listening to the Longevity Insider with Dr. Murphy. That's me. Remember, as we close today, better gratitude, better sleep. Better sleep, better life. Here's to a life well lived. Have a great Thanksgiving week. And remember, give thanks all week long. But don't eat like it's Thanksgiving all week long. All right. I love you guys. I'm grateful for you all. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Here's to a life well lived.